Hello, welcome back. As you can see, I've got Old World Map 2 here. This is my lifetime cross-stitch project, massively huge, and it is something that I am very happy that I can get back to stitching on, because I ain't gonna live forever. So at some point I gotta actually start stitching on this again. So I'm sitting here, I've got like 10 thoughts in my head right now, but if you've been here since the beginning, thank you so much. If you're new here, this is a cross-stitch project from Golden Kite, which is a European cross-stitch company, design company, pattern company, so to speak. GoldenKite.com. They are like sort of masters of these like beautifully exquisite but insanely large patterns. I know that many Americans go to Heaven and Earth Designs, which is fantastic. It's a different market. I would say Heaven and Earth is more modern, and I would say that Golden Kite's a bit more classical. And I don't know if that just kind of represents sort of the cross-stitch community in each sort of continental area. I'm not really sure, but anyway, I found this project many years ago and bought it many years ago, and have been having a on and off relationship with it for a very long time. I'm coming back to it now because I have decided, or I have maneuvered myself so that my actual business, my stitchingjewelsdesign.com, if you want to go take a look, if you haven't before, do my own cross stitch patterns. So why am I doing this one? Well, this one is like I said, a lifetime project. It's something that I'm known for, and it's something that I love, and I cannot wait to see, as more and more of it gets stitched, sort of what it looks like. But there's certainly a following for this on YouTube and whatnot, so I'm happy to get back to it. I'm gonna wind my floss a little here. So yeah, I'm using Pattern Keeper to keep track of my stitching, which is invaluable, and it's helped immeasurably when it comes to kind of taking this next step with this massive project. I'm stitching with 745 right now. I was going to show you guys real quick if it doesn't glare too badly. Ah, there goes my phone stand. That one's glaring a bit. Let me turn this away. Or is it this one that's glaring a bit? No, it's gone. Okay. No, yep, no, yep, nope. Anyway, so you can see the stuff that's green highlighted is what I'm working on, 745. There's a lot to do, which is why I'm doing it on this particular video, so that I don't have to switch up colors too much. But there's a lot to do. As I zoom out, you can see where I'm at this particular project. So I'm on this last little bit of the top row. I got a long way to go, and if I can just stay. I have years and years of not making progress on this thing. So I'm hoping that this is the year that all that changes. All right, let me get my light back here so we can see a little better. I think it can be. I think it can be the right year. Lots of things changed for me in 2022. For the better, I believe. And it's given me a lot more freedom, time, most of that's been directed towards the pattern business, which is picking up, which I love. But I definitely want to do more. Get in there. Do more of this. Boop, boop, boop. So I'm stitching this. This is on 18 count. And I'm doing 2/1, which is 2 plies of floss, if you can see that, over just one little square and a full cross stitch. I'm not a fan of specialty stitches, primarily because I'm just not comfortable or familiar with them. But I think that for most people, the basic cross stitch or a half stitch, and just doing half of the cross, is sufficient for the vast majority of what's out there. Oh no, I got a knot. It's because I was playing around with my floss. And it said, stop playing around with me. There we go. Stop playing around with me or I'll cause problems. And I said, okay. Oh, I should have put a pillow behind my back on this chair, but that's okay. That's okay. Let's see here. Oops. Go fast. Go fast. Go fast. And you start to feel like you're getting a bit of a snag. Just pull back on your thread a little bit so it kind of pulls away, irons out some of the issues, and then I usually will adjust, pull up on this to kind of free the bottom part from everything, and then I'll turn it upside down so I can let the needle dangle and let any little excuse me, any little snags or any little whatever you want to call them in the floss kind of works itself out. Do 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 do. If you can hear all the heavy breathing, there's 4 dogs still sleeping around me. Okay, this here, and then that's gonna get a little. I'm starting to skip some stuff. Wow. Come here. Let's see here. This goes here. Gotta jump ahead here, and that goes there. And then that goes there. And there, tuck that in. And then that there. There. And then way over here. I've been stitching on this more and more lately, getting anywhere from like 150 to 300 stitches done in a day, which is awesome. The biggest problem I have with a project like this is that it requires like 220 different colors. So switching back and forth between colors is can be an issue, but it's more about finding those colors because I'm not great at organization. So any attempt that I have made with organization in the past, I haven't stuck with. So because of that, it's like I stop and start, stop and start. Okay. But I finally have found my preferred floss keeping method, floss storage method. I've got these pip and chip floss things. They're harder plastic. The color and the name or the number of the color is like embedded within the plastic, so it's never going to come off. And that's an issue that I've always had with these, is that trying to identify things properly. Let's see if I can see, like that looks nice, and that's something that I did, but I haven't always been able to write that clearly or have that, sometimes it wears off. There's just a lot of issues with it over time. That's just my thing. Now, if you are a born organizer, then that's awesome. I like to try to organize, I just don't finish organizing. Boop, boop, boo, boop, boop, boo. There we go. Oh, stretch. Oh, it's not that early in the morning. It was one of those things where I woke up way too early. Got up for like 4 o'clock or something, got up for a couple hours, and then was like, I gotta go back to bed. Which I did and slept for a couple of hours. Now I feel a lot better. Just dangle a second. It's starting to get stuck. There we go. Starting to get stuck. I'm all sad because football season is pretty much over. All we have left is the Super Bowl. I don't have a dog in the race, so to speak, or horse in the race, or whatever they call it. I'm fine with whoever wins, but I am sad that it's ending because I watched a lot of football this season. And I tend to become more productive when football season is ending. Or over, I should say. But still makes me sad. I haven't gotten into hockey this year the way that I have in the last handful of years, so part of it is my my watching method. I have what do you call it? I've got the ESPN Plus thing, which is like you can theoretically watch any hockey game, but this is my own fault. I need to reach out to the company, but I keep running into issues where it like lets me watch for about 20 minutes, and then it's like, oh, you don't have, you can no longer watch this program. Like I don't have a membership, which I do because I've paid for it, and you can see that. But yeah, it keeps cutting off, and I've done all the basic tech suggestions for fixing it, so I just got to get serious about making sure it's done. So we'll see. Because it works. It's only on my computer. It works fine on a tablet. Works fine on a phone. I mean, so it likely has something to do with the way my browser's set up, but we'll get there. Hockey doesn't, for me, truly start until after the All-Star break, and we got another couple weeks for that, so. Alrighty, let's jump into this next bit of color. Okay. I've never tried one of those little threading tools that helps you to be able to thread your needles. May have to finally break down and get one of those someday. It's getting, even with my reading glasses that I'm wearing, it's a little difficult. Oh, hold on. I gotta stretch my back. Oh, yeah. Let me see here. A little blanket tucked behind my back. Should have stretched before I did this. I wasn't thinking. Oh, that's better. That's better. All right. Here we go. So, I'm not doing any fancy. This is a very basic cross stitch. If you are very particular about how someone stitches, you probably don't want to watch me, because I'm just a very basic stitcher. I just happen to like really gigantically huge projects. Do. Well, at least for this. I'm gonna my patterns that I'm making, a lot of them are kind of big, not nearly this big, but I'm gonna do a little vertical stitching here, but they're still bigger than most people's cross stitch. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Boo, boo, boo. Doop, ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doo. Oh, I did it again. Keep knocking off my color on my pattern keeper. Oops. Sorry, dudes and dudettes. That one done. Go. Here we go. Wah, wah, wah. Oh, and then you can see the marking or the gridding that I've done on the fabric. People ask me a lot, like, are you worried that the gridding or the marking on the fabric is gonna, what if it doesn't wear off? Well, I've gridded, marked on all of this. And you can actually see it above just a smidge, but you can't quite see it there. But this washes out with just basic water, a little bit of soapy water, dish soap. And when I finish this top row, I will wash this fabric and get all those spots off, and then I'll start anew on the second row. That will happen this year. It's got to happen this year. I keep promising myself. My husband and I like to take a picture every so often of this project. I hold it up and he takes a big picture from far back. And it's kind of sad, like there's a picture from 2 years ago, at least maybe 3 years ago, and the picture that we just took of it, and there's like no difference. It's pretty sad. So I think that was a big kick in the butt. Kick in the booty, as they say. Okay. Colorado is having some weird. Let's talk about weather for a bit. Weather is weird, period, in 2023 here, but it is decidedly just kind of different here in Colorado. We've had snow cover like almost the whole month, meaning that we've had snow on the ground every day for like pretty much the whole month, and that just doesn't happen because usually it warms up, at least above 40, and with the bright sunshine that we have all the time, it'll just clear out all that snow, and we haven't had that. So we've had 3 or 4 inches here, 3 or 4 inches there, and there are decidedly places in let's see, hold on a second. 1, 2, 3. There we go. There are places around Denver where there's still considerable snow piled up along the streets and stuff. I mean, it's not nowhere near as crazy as Buffalo has been, but just a little different, a little colder. We like the snow. Snow is good. Good moisture. Moisture good. Just weird. Just kind of weird about the whole thing. And if you live in the South, man, crazy tornadoes and the crazy storms you guys have been getting. I think there's a bad ice storm that's supposed to hit in like Arkansas, Missouri, something like that. Today, I'll probably watch Ryan Hall, y'all, my favorite internet weatherman. His channel is literally Ryan Hall, y'all. But he provides really outstanding coverage of storms, like when they're happening. The kind of stuff that the local news can only do so much. But it's informative. Informative. We're just booking along here. It's it's quite, what's the word? Enjoyable is not the word. Satisfying when I can take one color and stitch as much as I am of this said color right here. Let me go. Doop, doop, doop. Doop, 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 doop. Go. I hope you guys are doing well, not sick or anything. I think it feels like everybody I've known has been sick in the last month. My whole family, Hub's family, everybody's come down with COVID. We got sick, but it wasn't COVID. We tested multiple times. It was more of just a really nasty cold. And I mean, I was only sick for like 3 or 4 days. Hubs was sick a little longer, so, but I had my flu vaccine, he did not, so I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but he swears now he's going to get one every year because he hates to be sick, and he's really never been that sick at all since how long have we been together now? 8 years? 8 years, I think. I always forget. But 8, 9 years maybe. He yeah, he's just never really been sick. And so he's been very frustrated because he's been sick. But he's on the mend now, doing well. Oh yeah, I am gonna start making little YouTube shorts here soon. As soon as I can come up with some good topics to talk about in like 30 to 45 seconds. It'll be something new to try. Tuck this in. Uh-oh, dog's at the back door. There's dogs at the back door. Amazon's at the front. Here I am. Doing a stitch me, stitch you, me with you. Okay, I'm gonna pause. Hopefully I'll just pause and not stop the video. Okay, I think I got that to work. Dang dog didn't even want to come in. That was just her laying down against the door. So I was like, we'll shoot. Oh well, got up and stretched. Got up and stretched. Anyway, so I'm probably going to just make these videos about 45 minutes long or so, which you'll already have known by the time you look at this. Reason for that is that I'm trying to just record and directly upload. I always have issues with, if I try to break up my recording, that I end up, like, I have to upload the video to the computer. I have to load the video onto the video program. I mean, let me just say, it takes hours to get all that done. And sometimes I forget that I've done it, and then I don't have a video, and that's not good. So like my weekly videos that I've been doing for forever, I just record those in one fell swoop, and up they go. We'll see how that works with if and when I do some shorts, which pretty easy to do. I mean, pretty quick. Pieces in there. Red fluffy. There's our red fluffy. I have no fingernails. I cut those back. I don't like having fingernails. I was traumatized in school with somebody who had long fingernails. And if you've been watching, you'll have heard the story somewhere in the many hundreds of hours that I have on YouTube. But it has to do with my training as a, well, if you haven't known, my training as a veterinarian. So I just can't have long nails. I just cannot do it. And if you've been out of the loop or just haven't watched me because I haven't done this thing in so long, yeah, I am. Being a veterinarian is now in my past, which I'm fine with. I don't feel like a sense of loss, or I was kind of ready to be done. The stress levels, I think long-term sort of compassion fatigue, and just so many things that went along with it, and it finally sort of, I got to a point where my body and my brain and everything just kind of was like, you're done. And it took a sizable chunk of 2022 to get myself feeling right again. And I can't remember the last time I felt this good, just in so many ways. So it's unfortunate the way that it all went down, kind of the way that, you know, the physical and mental and emotional sort of stress that it took to get me to that point. But honestly, it happens the way it happens. And I'm glad that I'm through that now. And now, honest to God, like really just long, you know, for the rest of my life, at least for the foreseeable future, meaning years and years, I want to just do this. I want to design cross-stitch patterns, and I want to cross-stitch, and I want to make I want to make somewhat of a living out of it, so that I can be happy We should all strive to be happy. If we were all striving to be happy, it'd be a much better place in this world. Oopsies. There we go. But all I can do is what I can do for myself, and I'm just doing really good. I really am. I really am. I sleep so much better, except for last night for whatever reason. Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. Do 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 do. Boop 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 boop. Man, getting so much stitching. How many stitches do I have? 91 stitches. Actually, it's probably 100 stitches now, so I haven't highlighted where I'm at. Here, move this over anyway so I can see what I'm doing. Let me go ahead and highlight a few, because there's all this like up and down, so I gotta make sure I'm at the right spot. Yep, that's gonna be 100. 102! That's insane to get 102 stitches done on a Stitch With Me on Old World Map 2. That is just crazy, 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 crazy. So when I get done with this, or if my camera just shuts off for no reason, or no reason that I can tell, I'm going to just go ahead and directly upload this today so you guys can see where I'm at. And then I'm going to get to work on doing a little bit more stitching on Monochrome Owl, which has about 1,700 stitches left. I did about 800 yesterday, and it needs, I'd like to get another 700 or so done today if I can, or at least 500. Do this. Doop-doop-doo. Doop-doop-doo. There we go. There. Yeah. Here we go. Bum bum ba dum ba dum. Boopity 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 boo. Bippity boppity boopity boo. Unless I decide to do more of this, because I'm on a roll. I'm on a stitchy roll. There we go. It's almost baseball season. I don't know if I can watch baseball. It's always so hard because it's so slow. It's not its fault. It's my fault because I don't have the patience. And I also don't know any of the players anymore. I'm sure I could learn them, but I don't know. I don't know. I gotta get back into audiobooks too, because I have really fallen back on that. I've got like 3, I think, queued up for me to listen to. Actually, I have a lot more than that. I do a Scribd subscription, SCRIBD, which is pretty slick. It doesn't have like all the books like say like an Audible does, but it provides you with a lot of books you can listen to for like, I don't know, like $8 a month or something ridiculous. So this is 8:30, and I have to go to 990. It's doable. It's eminently doable. Indubitably doable. That's hard to say. Indubitably doable. 2, 3, 4. There we go, and then 2, and there is that. And that. Bada bing, a bada boom. Pew, pew, pew. Boop. Let's see here. Excuse my coughage. Okay, I'm gonna take a little smaller. I don't stitch with on this pattern with like really long pieces of floss, and that's just what I have found over the years stitching this thing. Like when I use really long pieces, I tend to kind of end up wasting a fair bit of it for one reason or another. But everybody does it differently. I'm still in complete like awe of people who shoot, what's the word? I'm completely, my mind's at a blank. When you're like working on your colors and then you just let like a color dangle with like the like you just leave all your threads and then you just pick it up and keep going. I can't. There's no way I can do that. That's not my that is not a technique that I would excuse me, that I would find enjoyable. Primarily just because I know that I would just destroy those pieces that are hanging down. I'm very well, there's a lot of words you could use to describe what I do, but I definitely would mess those up. Let's just say that. Indubitably mess those up. Try to fill in this bottom part here. Whoops, got a piece of black fuzz there. Do, 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 do. Do 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 do. Oops, a little snaggage. There we go. A slight bit of snaggage. Here, right here. Yikes, zoinks. And do do do. My throat's been drying out too. That's another reason why I haven't really done a stitch with me, is because I'm like, I don't think I can talk that long. As it is, I'm barely talking, you know, nice and quiet, very soothing, I hope. I've been described in the past, people could fall asleep. Fall asleep. But, yeah. Yikes. Swinks. Oh, I got a good one there. Get some more room so I can. So I've got my little floss, and I've got a little end piece with the little knot. And so what I do is I just put the needle through the little hoop and pull on each side of the floss to get it to move a little bit. When I see it move a little bit, pull the needle out, pop it through. That just takes practice. And whatever you find to get the snags out for you is what you should do. I don't tend to stop and try and pick them all out. I've found that I spend far too much time trying to pick them out. If I end up like, well, that knot, I just can't get that knot to come out, I'll just cut my thread and just keep going. Do, 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 do. That. And we're gonna skip. Oh, now the dog wants to come in. Hang in there, guys. I'm gonna finish this little bit up here, and then we'll probably just end our video here. There. Doop. Boom. Oh, maybe the dog doesn't want to come in. There we go. Light out through here. Oops. 146 stitches done. That is just crazy. I'm gonna come up here and do these two. go. And up here, I'm going to just finish up this last little bit of stitching. I got about 8 more stitches to do, maybe. Come all the way down here. Come all the way back up there. There. Is that a stitch? Nope, that's something that shouldn't be in there. I don't know what that is. A piece of debris. 2 left. Ah! Pulled it right out of the needle. That was crazy. Can't believe I got that to work. And last one. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this stitch with me. I'll see you soon. With something else. Or more of this. We'll see. Hold on. Let me see how many stitches is that. 152. There you go. All right, guys. Take care. Have a great rest of your day. Happy stitching.